Nature can heal you. Nature can bring back your hope. Nature can give you a message that there is no end. Nature will show you what is happening inside of you. I am like 1 month off of my life being a complete fucking mess. I noticed I finally found myself healing once I stopped living an artificial life. It was a conversation that happened where it was, if you don't delete your TikTok and your Instagram, I won't be with you. And I deleted it permanently to satisfy this person's needs, insecurities, whatever. I felt like I wasn't allowed to thrive. I shrunk myself. I stopped taking care of myself. I stopped going to the gym. I struggled after our breakup for even till now. Like, I'm still trying to process. Anyway, I'm going to start by reflecting on this situation that I just got into the other day. We have a dead tree in our yard, and it's in a row of really pretty tall trees that are thriving. My task was to take down this dead tree and replace it. And I love yard work. I love being in nature. I love everything green. I love plants. I love the outdoors. So I started digging up the tree. And trees, when they die, are actually really good for soil health overall. So sadly that we have to take down this dead tree because the roots and the snag is what it's called. A dead tree is called a snag. Would actually start decomposing and start bringing nutrients into the ground. And the soil where the dead tree is actually really rich, and it's really nice, moist, healthy, fertile soil. So I started thinking about how it's so cool that a dead tree is giving life back. And I feel like I'm this dead tree. I was kind of strangled in a way, and you can't see the potential underneath because it's in the ground and it looks like it's dead from the outside. It looks like lifeless, but really it's giving everything. Life is a cycle. It doesn't end in every single sense. The dead tree is giving new life, and it's actually making everything around it healthier and better. So it kind of showed me this message that I've been searching for. I'm the dead tree, and I feel like I still have roots despite losing everything I built. Something dying or ending doesn't mean it went for nothing. There will be a new life from destruction. So I am embracing endings. I'm embracing destruction. I'm embracing someone coming along and cutting you off from something. There's always something new, filled of life, coming along after. I didn't argue deleting my Instagram and my TikTok. I'm 100% empath. And so I didn't fight this person on their feelings or what they said, and it was very painful. I've had my Instagram for over 10 years. Like, I started it in high school. It was basically an archive of memories, college, high school. Everything was saved to Instagram. I also worked really hard on building my account. I wanted to build a brand, and it just had gotten to the point where it started to grow organically. I built up to almost 400,000 followers. These were accounts that I was monetizing, and I felt very creative and I felt very free to be myself. I built my own community of people that supported what I was doing, whatever it was. Yeah. I feel like deleting my social media, I deleted a part of myself. I had confidence to just be me, and I could be any version of myself. Deleting those permanently was, yeah, it is a grieving process. The person that I thought that I was going to be with, I'm no longer with, and I lost my accounts. My everyday life just is so much different now. Reflecting back, I'm so much better without a life that I pictured living with this person. Losing everything, losing a lot of things that I own, a lot of my routine, the place that I am supposed to be living in. Losing all of that, I would lose it again and again and again and again a million times because I couldn't be myself. I was becoming someone that was living a life so much opposite of who I am and what I want. I felt like I wasn't allowed to thrive. The relationship as a whole diminished me. I lived in survival mode. I lived in this constant state of fear and this constant state of anxiety because I was walking on eggshells all the time. I'm basically building myself back to being who I was before this relationship started, and I want to be that person plus everything I've learned along the way since. Anyway, we had a arborist look at the tree. Come to find out that the tree was strangled to death by a neighboring vine. The vine started to loop around the tree. This must have taken years, and ended up cutting off its ability to get nutrients from the sun, and so it died. And it made me really sad. Like, this tree could have been thriving with all of the other trees, and at one point it was thriving. So I just started to sympathize with this dead tree that had everything going for it, but something just came along and cut off its ability to thrive. We're gonna cut this down. Its roots are actually bringing life back into the soil and making it so much healthier by adding nutrients back into the soil. So we have really healthy, fertile soil so that when we plant a new tree, it can thrive. When they decompose, microbes and the fungi and the bacteria turn the roots into organic matter. And it's kind of like how energy is never destroyed, it just transfers. I finally feel like I've healed from the experiences I had with this person. It won't ever be fully healed because I don't think that's possible, but I think I'm on the upward from here. And what I want to talk about is how anyone can find healing. Healing for me has come from lately stripping back everything in my life that isn't natural and just living a life true to myself. Because when you cut off something in your life and it feels like it's the end, it's actually just a new beginning because you always have your roots. whatever your roots are. And when your thing ends and you're left with those roots are stronger than ever before. So you have something underneath you in the ground, wherever it is. It's going to give you more life. It's going to make you stronger than you were before. So if you're a dead tree, you're about to be planted and start over with the best, healthiest, freshest soil that you can find. So start fresh, start over. I'm taking care of this dead tree and turning it into a whole new life. I can take this soil that's so healthy and start the garden I've always wanted to start. I'm taking the branches, and the branches are getting turned into fertilizer and mulch. I'm going to chop them up and use them for my garden. I'm using some of the branches as like a border for my garden, so it just looks pretty. I'm starting my garden with all these things that you might throw away if you have them in your kitchen. So I'm kind of like on this journey of turning something that would be ending and dead into a new version of itself. There's endless potential in a seed. I'm taking my tomato, cabbage, pineapple, green onion. What else did I have? Ginger, basil. I had all these things and I was like, they're not seeds and I can't plant them as they are. Is there any way I can, instead of them just like being composted or thrown away in the trash like most people would normally do, is there any way I can take this and regrow it, turn it into a new life, a new plant? So it's about to be summer. I'm so excited to have a garden. There's nothing better than being in the sun and in nature and just witnessing this life, especially in the summer. It's a workout, it's vitamin D, it's everything. I think we're way too disconnected from the real natural world and way overstimulated as a society. I think we have regressed a lot. The world we live in today tells us to buy more, to optimize more, to consume more, to scroll more. And so I started doing the opposite, and that's when everything in my life started to get better and brighter, and I started to feel like myself again.